What's going on? My name is Sid, and ow! I landed on the bloody bit of my chair where there's like a thing. Ow! Okay, how's everyone doing then, boys? Welcome to the channel. Yes, the Contractor has been out for like over a week now. So, we're going to be going in and actually looking at the response to it, because some people really haven't liked this update. And you know what? I don't blame them. A lot of people did actually have strong opinions, and let me respond to those first. That I was overreacting in my videos for the update and like fake reactions or whatever. Okay, let me explain. So, the crew gives 2 opportunities to test out the new updates for creators. There's one which is not just creators, it's a general test. And there's another where you film for the update. All of my reactions are in the original one where you can't film. So, it's weird because I have to react the same, yet the reaction isn't there. So it's a hard one to balance, where I have to obviously react in some way, but because I've already seen it, but I have to react in a way where it's still a new thing. That first, but that's sort of my response to that. I understand that people saw that I was overreacting a fair bit, completely understand that, and you know what, I may tone it down a little bit, but before any of that, I did put out a poll that went out on Saturday, which was rate the Contractor update. And, drum roll please, the results to the poll are this. There's the poll. So, 15% for 5-star, 20% for 4-star, 46% for 3-star, 5% 2-star, and 15% 1-star. The same amount of people that think this is the best update think it's the absolute worst update. And I mean, the majority consensus being 3 stars, a 5 out of 10, that's a bit So you know what, we'll go into some of the reviews and what people think about the update, and stick around to the end of the video where I'm gonna explain what I feel about the update and what I feel needs to change for this update. And also, if you're a Ubisoft person, dev, whoever, any other person is watching this, it's all in good faith. I'm gonna stay as a neutral party reading these comments, however, these are just the comments from the community. And again, like I said, I'm gonna be giving a more definitive, taking these responses, what to change at the end of this video. So, stick around for that. But here we go. So, first of all, I will go with the most liked comment. 16 likes. 1 star, because it's cheaply done. The new races are basically just waypoints with a low reward at the end. And as usual, all the cool cars are on the paid Motorpass. In my opinion, it's worse than the US Speed Tour. You can tell that it's a very low effort update. Now, I would maybe contest on the side of cars. I understand the paywall thing of them being behind the the Motorpass. However, that's sort of something that, it's a shame. It is a big shame. But the cars sort of need to be separated some in the Motorpass. We still got the Crown Vic, and every Crown Vic is actually, you know, free. The Chrysler Limo, and you know, in all fairness, I've heard people say that the Motorpass cars are the worst cars out of all of this. But the first point to touch on, no money for the, low rewards. Honestly, it's shocking that you get such little money from these event types. Like, honestly, I don't understand it, because it's like, even if these events became outrageously meta, like, screw high-speed takedown, screw Uber Dam, these events were like, ginormously, unreasonably meta for money, I still think not a lot of people would do them, for 1, and 2, you'd just be able to do them whenever. Like, they're sort of more casual, and I think that would make it a lot better, other than events for, like, the best method. But that's not to say make it meta, that's to say, even if it gave a little bit more money, it wouldn't be a bad thing. but I'm just not sure about it. So, on to the next comment. And before we go on to the next one, you can see that Mr. Lunach over here, the person who put this comment, is a member with a little mug next to his name. He gets exclusive member emotes as well. So, if you want to become a member to the channel, do click the join button. It's not a lot depending on what plan you choose. So, you know what? There you go. And you get a bunch of perks back with it too. Having taxis, limousines, and haulers are nice, but the missions themselves are not executed very well. You know what? Right there, that sentence, perfectly my entire consensus on this update. The lack of animations and dialogue of the clients or cargo entering your vehicle and talking to you to make the missions feel lazy. Also, the missions are always the exact same place and have the exact same destinations, making them repetitive. The Ford Crown Victoria cars also do not have good handling. Well, I mean, when it comes to handling for the vehicles, I feel like that's just sort of what it is, you know? Like, I mean, cars just aren't gonna be good is the problem. And you can't really do too much about that when it's like, it's a Crown Vic, you know? Like, sure, cool car, handling wise, that's sort of up to Ivory Tower what handling they give it. You know, I wouldn't really put that as a point of contention to complain about. But two things that I will 100% back in this comment is, one, just a little cutscene. I know that the missions are meant to feel more streamlined, like they're not actual events, they're just open world things, but just like a 3-second cutscene. 3 seconds, take one of your randomly generated pedestrian assets, have them walk up to the car, add like default, like get like maybe even get people in the studio, just default voice lines like, I want to go to this place, or step on it, or get me there quick, I'm running late. Just stuff like that. Or, of course, have like 3 hauling people and then like chucking boxes sounds. You know? Like, it's a simple thing. That would just add that little extra bit to it. And like one at the end as well. Or maybe no, you don't even have to do one at the end. They don't even have to leave the car. It would be nice if they did, but just a little cutscene. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, that's all I ask of just a randomly generated pedestrian, for taxis and limos, a randomly generated pedestrian going like, quick, go there, go quickly, bloody, get me there quick, right? And then maybe one at the end as well. And obviously for hauling vehicles, just sort of a pedestrian, or just someone in a hauling outfit walking on screen, and then just them chucking stuff in the back. And like, you lot know what I'm talking about. So that's all I ask for. And the second thing here that I have to say is, missions are always in the exact same place and have the exact same destinations. Honestly, like, I cannot believe that. The one thing that made me love this update was I hadn't played enough to realize that the missions weren't randomly generated. And when I was told that, hey, the missions are like, they're just set missions. Wow. That honestly, like, that ruined it for me. 100% ruined it for me. How can these be open world activities and not actual events, and them to be separate things when they're also set things? They're just events, but limited time ones when they randomly generate for you. Instead, okay, I know this is asking for a lot. Instead, how hard could it be to make it so that we have a randomly generated system that puts an event on a road? The same sort of density, like a randomizer. A randomizer that, obviously, you don't have a road map, like, of all the roads in the game. So just change the density per the main cities, and then like very like sparse through anywhere else, and have set like a random generator of they're just on a road, not in the road, but like to the side of a road. So then there's no problems with them spawning inside a building or a mission being inside somewhere else. It's on a road. Then an algorithm that just randomly generates a distance. That's all it needs to do. Just a random distance. Done. and then use the waypoint AI to put a waypoint at that distance away. Like that at a random, like, a random amount in that radius, on that exact point of radius. And then done. Then give it whichever length it randomly generated. Long, medium, very long, short. How hard could that be? But I know, obviously, I don't develop video games, so I don't know. But the fact these events aren't randomly generated, and if you're genuinely trying to enjoy these events for the next 2 months, you're just dooming yourself to get bored. It shocks me. Genuinely, like, I am an apologist for this update. I'm the one who defends this update. Yet that baffles me. Along with all the other stuff, you know, like also do the cutscene and the pay. Pay needs to be doubled, 100%. But let's get on to the next comment. Could have some better rewards at the end of the contracts, but I like the cars, so a 3. There you go. Again, I quite enjoy the cars. The cars are cool. Again, having taxis and limos and haulers are nice. But it's the rewards are garbage for the actual events. Good cars, boring missions, mediocre cosmetics, free Crown Victoria, 3 stars. Obviously, the Crown Vic is nice, having the Crown Vic in the game in general. Mediocre cosmetics, again, that's just a hit or miss for the vanities in the season. You know, some people do like the vanities, some people don't. Boring missions. And then good cars, exactly. Content 4, surprising. Cars 2, also very surprising. Summits 3, haven't had many opinions on the Summit just yet. Motorpass 2, overall 3. That is honestly the exact opposite opinion that I've seen so far. But obviously still lands around the 3 stars mark. Okay, some quickfire opinions. Update arse. It has no purpose, to be honest. Paper, this content update with old, slow vehicles. Haven't played it because of Forza Horizon 5. Season 3 is easily better than Season 4 is okay. 2 out of 5, episode 2, 100% gonna be a better one with better cars. The Motorpass is decent, but the Crown Victoria drives like arse, and I like the old taxi. The paint vanities look cool. And back to this one, as another 3 out of 5, the missions are boring, just free roam and provide no grind method or anything along the lines. I assume that's just generally the money being null. The new cars are bad. I would never use any of them for fun. You know what? I'll contest on that one. I only use them for fun. I'd never use them for competition. The new summit rewards seem boring, ugly car, some parts, and an ugly taxi rooftop. Again, the summit's hit or miss. There's always going to be different rewards in the summit, and that's genuinely its own separate point of, like, can we have anything better in the summit, please? Final comment, 4 stars because it's a good update, but this update makes me think if you can give different handling to a limousine, why do you not make cars more stable? Well, because not every car can be the exact same, boys, let's be honest. But I think that update gives a sort of refresh, because in all the 3 seasons, all the new activities were concentrated on racing, and now having something to do in free roam gives the possibility to chill but with more rewards. And again, I missed this part of the second to last comment. However, it's a step in the right direction. And I would say that's the best way of putting it. It is a step in the right direction, is the thing. It's going the right way with stuff like ditching the like Motorflix aspect. So it's not like, oh, you're like, when you pick up someone in the taxi, it's not like, okay, now drive, the cameras are watching you. It's instead just like, hey, this is a Motorflix show, by the way, but who cares? Like, if you just pretend like it isn't, you know? But it technically still is. I think that's the best way of going about it. I think every season from now on should be like, oh, this is Motorflix's new season. But if you don't care about it, then it doesn't even matter to you. Like, there's not cameras, there's not green screens. They're not like, oh, we're gonna film you doing the bloody this thing, and we're gonna upload it to Motorflix. It doesn't matter. And honestly, best way of going about it. One other thing that hasn't been mentioned here that I will say, the fact that we're only getting 1 summit car this season. Now, boys, I understand. Ivory Tower boys. I understand rerunning summit cars. I completely understand that. But let's not pretend like rerunning a summit car that is as simple as, obviously, perhaps getting the license, but I wouldn't even know that. let's not pretend like rerunning a summit car is the same as adding a new summit car for an entire month. The summit was meant to be a new summit car every month, which is shocking that rerunning one is an excuse to not add one. Sure, 3 summit cars may be confusing, but why not just have them one after another if you're doing a rerun? Like, why do reruns? Or why not put the reruns at the end of the season, in the in-between, when people won't notice? Because we had dead weeks for the last 2 seasons at the end of the season where the Motorpass wasn't going. So why not do it then? Why are we getting less content because you're rerunning something? That separate thing. But genuinely, boys, now, I don't know if you lot would agree with me, the audience, but here is my opinions on how Ivory Tower can fix, hopefully, or at least sort of redeem what's left from this update. First thing, pay minimum needs to be doubled. Minimum doubled. Now, honestly, this shouldn't even need explaining, because there is no reason for people to do the new missions. There's none. There's 0 reason for people to actually touch the new content that's going to be given to us for this next 2 months. No reason. So money, followers, doubled for 1. I know this next thing is a lot of work, but a simple 3-second cutscene where it's just your car parked along the road, whichever car you're in, and it's like quick shots. They can be quick shots, so you don't see the low-res pedestrians, but quick shots of a pedestrian walking towards the car, and then simple voice line of "take me to this destination," or not obviously not saying the destination, but just like a quick "now drive," "get me there I'm running late, hurry." Like simple voice lines like that, and hopefully one at the end too. And maybe that one at the end can change based on whether you got the service tip. So I don't know, maybe they don't say anything if you don't get the service tip, but if you do get the service tip, it's actually like a thank you, a cheers, appreciate it, like something like that. It's just like that simple of a concept. That would be all we'd need to just add that little bit along with the double pay to this update. Now, again, something that is a lot of work, so I do apologize that these requests are sort of, if you're not able to do them, they seem a bit annoying that, oh, YouTuber SidWaj is saying do this to the game. You lot do what you want to do, but making it so that the events are randomly placed on roads, density changing based on whether they're in those 5 major cities or not. Either they're very not spawning in, sparse, or they're very dense in those cities, but a randomly generating thing, a randomly generated distance, and then 0.8, and then just take that distance amount and then slap on the money amount and the name for long, medium, short, whatever. It could be difficult. It might be hard. At that point, ignore this whole section. But how hard can it be? And I think the final thing, apart from all of that, I believe that might have been it. If I quickly think of something else, I'll let you know. Well, you know what? Final thing, make these changes if you plan on making these changes, maybe just the simple ones, like the cutscene or the money boost, right, for the event. Make these changes during the season. Because, boys, Ivory Tower, I love you, but, you have a habit of fixing events once those events are completely irrelevant. So, can you please, if you make any changes, make them during the season, during the episode, instead of waiting for episode 2 to come out, and then in the episode 2 patch notes or the season 5 patch notes it says, oh, by the way, we doubled the money for the last update. We added cutscenes for the last update. No, okay, like you guys added the ghost time to USB tour this update when USB tour is irrelevant. You lot fixed the dead weight problem and the no-hit problem on the chase and hunt events on the agency update, when they became irrelevant. You guys patched the exploits for the agency in the game on the USB tour update when they became irrelevant. Like, it's just sort of that kind of thing. Update it during the thing. That's all I have to say. I mean, Ivory Tower might not even watch the video. You might not have even watched the video. But you know what? If you did enjoy the video, if you think I'm right, if you think I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section below. And do leave a like on the video. It's always appreciated. Of course, thank you to popular members. A special thank you to famous members. And an insane thank you to Icon member for the love of life. That's about it from me, boys. I hope you guys did enjoy this video because I enjoyed making it. In a bit.
My heart spills, so I'm cleaning up a mess, yeah. Gotta go to church, feel the demons at my neck, yeah. When I'm on a pill, I be feeling like I'm blessed, it's a curse. When I'm on the drugs, I'm the worst, shawty. Tell me how it feels, tell me does it hurt. Tell me if it's wrong when I'm lifting up your shirt, shawty. Tell me if it's real, or